Hi everyone, today I would like to discuss serverless options to host any web application on Azure or AWS or GCP. For more information on serverless cloud computing, please check my channel. First, let us have a look on Azure. If you want to host any static website with no much database access, blob storage could be a best option. With minimum $3 per month, you can host it on blob storage. If you see the pricing in detail, 20 GB you can get it for $2 on the blob storage. And if you would like to go with the hosted zone, which is DNS, $0.5 and $0.4 per million queries on. If you would like to host PHP or ASP.NET or Python kind of based application or a website, app services is the best option. This is again a serverless option. It starts with the free tier, but you will need to pay for hosted zone and for the database and all those stuff. But to host your website, you can start with a free tier. In case if you need to upscale, then you have plenty of options available, such as shared, basic, standard, premium, V2, and isolated. You can anytime upscale or downscale, but with few limitations. Please go through the limitations of app services upscale and downscale. Yeah, with free tier, you get 1 GB RAM on 1 GB storage on Windows, and no free tier available for Linux servers. You will need to start with the basic if you have to go with the Linux server. It does not include domain registration and database charges that you need to calculate separately. Every cloud provider gives their own estimator, so please go and calculate based on. So the next one is AWS. AWS has plenty of options. Amazon S3, which is a storage basically for, but you can host your static website, which is like plain HTML, CSS, JavaScript kind of websites. If you are already using S3 for some other reasons, then you can utilize S3 for even hosting your static website. But in case if you have some business application with the scripting of Python or ASP.NET or Node.js, then Lightsail is the best option. So Lightsail comes with a Linux and Windows, and $3.5 will be charged for the Linux, and whereas $8 will be charged for the Windows with 512 MB memory and one core processor, 20 GB hard disk. So again, the charges may vary based on the transfer of the data and computing power which is being used by your application. It doesn't include database cost in it. You need to separately take RDS or DynamoDB for hosting your website. So the next option available to host your website serverless is Elastic Beanstalk. Elastic Beanstalk doesn't charge separately, but based on the components utilized, such as EC2, S3, RDS, the invoice will be generated. Roughly the cost for micro instance running 24 hours per day and 15 GB of data will be $0.09, and it can support 300 requests concurrently. Uh, S3 and RDS are charged separately based on the consumption. The next option we are going to discuss is GCP. GCP has two serverless options to host your website. Google Cloud Storage is usually used for storing the files, images, though you can use to host your static website, which got like just HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. Whereas App Engine can be used for the business applications, which got all the scripting such as Python, .NET, or PHP. So coming back to the Google Cloud Storage, it supports 5 GB storage, 5000 class A operations and B operations, which are free, and then you need to pay for the cloud DNS, which is very cheap, zero point 0.4 per million queries. So in case if you have some kind of business application, you should look into the App Engine. App Engine has two different plans: standard environment and the flexible environment. Standard environment got some daily free quota. In case if you are exceeding that, then you will be charged. So under the standard environment, still you need to pay for the various components you are using, such as storage, instance type, traffic, all those stuff. Or if you want to estimate on the Google Cloud or Azure or Amazon, they have their own calculators. You can estimate by selecting the location where you want to host it, or the traffic you are estimating or you are expecting, and the type of instance you need, and the memory. So based on those parameters, you can easily estimate. Similarly, you have Azure calculator. You can simply select app service, and then you can go down and select the region where you want to host it and the operating system tier. So by selecting all these parameters, you will be able to see what is the estimation price for your requirement. So if I just select Windows, you may get free also. Okay, it's at $0. And then similarly, if you go to the Amazon Web Service calculator, you can select your required components and then estimate the pricing. That's it for today, but I will come up with more videos on individual features with more details.